And Jaxon Smith-Njigba was your second first-round choice, and you sparked a run of wide receivers. He was the first one taken, and then three more after that. Why him over everyone that you had?
Yeah, really plug and play. It was an interesting group there, and to your point, they went bang, bang, bang.
Yep.
And so we were blessed that he was there when we picked, but. Like plug and play guy. He's only there because of, the hamstring issue he had throughout the season last year. I think if we talked at this time after the draft, you would have said, Jalen Carter, Will Anderson, Bryce Young, Stroud, Jackson. Those guys would have been in the top, five guys that would be mocked in this year's draft or whatever. Mm-hmm. And at this time last year, but yeah, really just plug and play, and really was gritted it out at his pro day. Wasn't going to run a 40, decided to run a 40. Went through the routes with CJ. Great hands. Obviously, we know about the competitor. You can watch that Rose Bowl game. Time after time. It's one of the more impressive things I've ever seen.
Yeah, he had a record day in Pasadena, no doubt about that. So plug and play, we're going to see him week one, whenever we find out where you're going to be later on tonight, is what you're saying. That's your plan, obviously, for this kid.
Yeah, definitely. He's a guy that fits great with Tyler and DK and the group of guys. It's a really cool group we have right now. So we're excited about that group.
Well, and then you choose Zach Charbonnet in the second round, and he is a terrific player, a dynamite player. UCLA is where you drafted him out of. So how does that fit in with Walker, who had such a terrific season? And I asked that question. A lot of folks are wondering that. They may not know about the always compete signs that are all over your building. But yeah. I understand the sense of competition, but how does it work, do you think, here?
True compliment. Really, all these runners have different skill sets, and so Zach, we thought was a great compliment to Ken. That position is, in terms of staying healthy and durability and everything that goes into it, it's a hard position throughout the season. You really need 2, 3, 4 guys. Sometimes it'd be 5. 2 years ago we lost, 3 runners in a week, and had Marshawn Lynch back at the end of the season. So things can happen pretty quickly at that position. And I guess first and foremost, the fact that he ended up leaving Michigan was stood out to us.
I didn't think you'd coming, right? Go there. Look, I understand you. I know that's tongue in cheek because I know you value Michigan guys because you chose 2 more later on. You know what I mean?
I know. We were thinking should we go back-to-back Buckeyes? We went back-to-back Wolverines. So we were like, let's just do that.
I get it. I totally get it.
Yeah.
But
as
you were saying,
John, moving on. Perfect compliment.
Oh my gosh! Yes, he was at Michigan, but you chose 2 other Wolverines, sir. I noticed that. I love Morris and Oluwatimi are really, really good players, and they're maulers, man. I know that you like those guys. I know you like the maulers on that line. John.
Yeah, Mike dropped. He dropped down 270, 271 to try to run faster at the combine and at his pro day and everything, and. Had a great visit, with his agent and realized, hey, look, I'm, at the end of the day, I'm a 290-pound defensive lineman, and that's what, he had texted with him that morning, and he was 292 that morning. That was Saturday, and so we were excited. And he's going to be a defensive end for us, and obviously you knew him well, real active hands. Up and down the line of scrimmage, high motor, tough dude, and really excited about him. And then Olu, coming in there, especially all the talent they had on that team, the expectations they had in Ann Arbor, coming over from Virginia, being named captain in the spring, and then being involved in different systems. He's just a real smart guy. You can't move him, moves well. We're really excited, and I know you hear that all the time, right? It's kind of like when we talk to doctors after all these guys have surgery, I never heard a doc say, "Hey, yeah, I don't know, it was an okay surgery." I mean, everybody feels.
Yeah, it was success-ish. Yeah, ish. We're positive-ish. Yeah, I get it. I know what you're saying on that.
Yeah, no, we're just really excited he was still there, and I know you're gonna hear that as you ask me about all these guys, but
right.
It's true, and I think everybody this time of year really is with all their guys. So,
sure.
The evaluation process, bringing them in, and then once they're here, kind of resetting with them too, and evaluating, getting to know them even better as a person, and then, how can our staff, coaches, support staff, everybody help these guys advance their careers, and everybody in this building takes a ton of pride with that.
So now, I don't know if you'll answer this question. How about that for a wind-up before I ask the question, John Schneider? But you choose two Michigan guys, and normally you like to talk to the coach of the school before you take the kids. Do you handle those conversations with Jim Harbaugh instead of Pete, or does Pete actually have a conversation with Jim and ask him what his deal is? Anything like that?
With that, not head coach with these two guys.
Yeah.
We had great visits with them. We spent a lot of time with them in the spring, and so we had really, Jason Barnes does a great job with us, our assistant director, of college scouting,
right,
and has great relationships there. We had drafted Frank out of there a number of years ago, and Clark, and we used to have really good contacts there. So. Pete, myself, I don't think Pete spoke with Jim, and neither did I. But we used to have great relationships there, and he runs a great program. So, they're very accommodating to the scouts and having access. But with those two guys in particular, Olu going down to the Senior Bowl, and Steve Hutchinson, works with us as well. Works with the offensive lineman a lot, and
that's right.
Obviously, Steve had a great feel for him too. So we had a lot of really cool exposure for those two players in particular.
All right. So you took the high road with that one. I took the low road. I appreciate you doing the right thing, John. I'm sorry. I just know Jim and Pete had that set to like literally a lifetime ago. I just didn't know if anything lingered, but
yeah, let it go.
Okay. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.